The Paston family and their rise from peasants to influential Norfolk gentry in the Middle Ages is of tremendous historical interest. We know most about them through their correspondence and journals, referred to collectively as the Paston Letters, though little remains today of the houses where they lived. Now, state-of-the-art technology is being employed to offer a view of their life and times as never seen before.
The Paston Letters are the record of a medieval family, not the general history of kings and queens and the great sweep of history like that. They are the record, the intimate record of a family talking to each other in terms of business, in terms of agriculture, in terms of the dramatic events that were happening around them during the Wars of the Roses. Now, a certain amount of hardware, if you like, houses and so on, still exist related to the Pastons, but not their main buildings. We're having to recreate those buildings as 3D models as part of the story.
One of the first tasks was to make a detailed aerial survey of the Paston Hall site. The team approached CHPV Media, who are experienced drone operators. CHPV were beta testing some new software by Hammer Missions, and this was an ideal opportunity to put their new system through its paces.
We sit down and work out the best angle, i.e. in this case we started from the church. We thought that'd be a nice point to start from, and then fly around at a certain level. And as the drone flies around, the camera needs to turn to give the optimum image. Normally we'd do that with two persons, a cameraman operating the camera and a pilot, but with Hammer we can program that, preset the height, and then it simulates taking off and flying the actual mission. And then once we're happy we can do the simulation, we'll then upload it to the drone and off we go ready to do the real thing. When we get to Paston, the first thing we do, obviously normal checks you would do with the drone, make sure they're traffic control and the normal things that we have to do anyway. It then takes off and flies the mission. Once the mission is complete, it returns back home. But the whole time, you have this strange feeling where this thing is flying itself. You've got the control and you instantly can take over control, switch off the system and take over and land it or move it out of the way if need be. But it's strange as a pilot to see this thing doing it automated, and it is very, very accurate.
Keeping a close watch on progress of the drone filming is 3D expert James Mindham. He has been building a computer model of the original Paston Hall. The house you see today on the site is comparatively modern. The original Paston Hall is long gone. James's problem now is to replace the modern buildings in the flypast with those from the Tudor period.
What we're trying to do here is to take the computer model of Paston Hall, using modern day footage, combine them both just to show people where it was, what it looked like in the old days, all in a modern day context. So we get the drone footage and import it into this piece of software which looks at every single frame and picks out specific points, things like chimney pots and pieces of lawn and whatever it can find to track. And what this does in the end is create a camera path, and that camera path is then imported into a 3D application which I build the Paston Hall model in, and it's a pretty seamless fit. Everything is correct, the perspective is correct, the angles are correct, and that's how we generate our final movie.
Months of painstaking work are finally over. We can now look down on the estate from a viewpoint the Pastons themselves would never have imagined.
What you are seeing is the result of months and months of work. There's very little to go on with Paston Hall. You get these occasional pinpricks of light in the darkness as far as sources are concerned, but mostly it really is a case of imagination.
The outcome is a virtual world where anybody will be able to go and visit Paston Hall, if seen about here, Bromholm Priory, Oxnead Hall, and other sites that are of interest and date from the time of the Pastons. And this will interlink with all sorts of other material about the letters themselves and a chance to research them. It will all be available on the internet around the world as part of this Heritage Lottery funded project.